Okay, we're here at Venoy and Grand Traverse, very historic intersection here in Norwayne, and I'm going to do a little New Year's Eve ride through, so bear with me as I put this GoPro back on my head. And attempt to make my way through the broken glass like we've got right here. Lots of broken glass all over the sidewalk. It's winter. I'm assuming people are not going to be walking barefoot here, but may not be the healthiest situation for bike tires either. And got an incredible amount of empty liquor bottles right here. Must be a favorite spot for people to get effed up. More liquor bottles. More liquor bottles. Another one. Little Fireball bottle. More trash. Sorry for the glare from the sun. Some more broken glass. This is one of the group homes for the rehab across the street. I don't know if it has anything to do with all the liquor bottles, but who knows. I want to get back on the bike. I didn't want to put weight on my tires riding through the broken glass. And more trash along Grand Traverse. It's not nice. This appears to be a whole garbage bag's worth of empty liquor bottles and various trash. That sucks. Gin bottle. More liquor bottles, trash. Another liquor bottle. More liquor bottles, trash. More empty liquor bottles. Jesus. There are garbage cans all over the place. People, if you're gonna get effed up, put more liquor bottles, more empty liquor bottles, more on the other side of the logs. There are plenty of places to throw this shit away properly. If you don't give an F about the neighborhood, then get the F out. So anyway, I wanted to have a nice relaxing ride. An empty tuna can, more trash. Yeah, I want to have a nice relaxing ride. So maybe I should close my eyes, because it becomes difficult seeing what utter disregard other people around here seem to have for their community. A little windy, putting the wind chill factor down a bit. I hope the wind screen on my GoPro is blocking out the wind noise. More garbage. Let's get on the sidewalk here. Flooding issues. We've had a lot of rain the past 48 hours. As we're pulling up to Lincoln Johnson Field. named after the former Lincoln Elementary, where my dad and many acquaintances went to school in the 50s. And Johnson being Hank Johnson, tireless Norway community activist. And rest in peace, Hank. He was a good guy. Got another bunch of broken glass. I see a lot of this around the playground. So I don't know if it's kids or just stupid, ordinary people who are breaking glass on the sidewalks or empty liquor bottles. Here's the Lincoln Johnson Field sign. You hear the train in the distance. We live close enough to the tracks that, you know, it's a constant. You know, part of our ambience. We got more trash and flooding issues. The pavilion, they aren't letting homeless people live there anymore. Or they're not living there. I don't know if they're chasing them away or what, but we don't see them there anymore. More trash. Got Cayley Park. They just recently upgraded the playground equipment here. That's nice. Hank was responsible for getting the electronic sign put in. And as you can see, it's already breaking down. I thought that was the electronic nature was a bad idea. I just knew it was going to become a continual problem and a point of vandalism. So I'm going to take a turn up Darwin and track the evolutionary progress of my neighborhood. The stretch is relatively clean. I mean, there was an empty liquor bottle, but hey, that seems to be the another one. It seems to be the local mascot, the empty liquor bottle. I used to joke that it was our local mascot was the traffic cone, and then it seemed to be the abandoned shopping cart. And we still see abandoned shopping carts everywhere, dumped lumber. They repaved this section of Darwin, which was nice. More accumulated trash in the ditch. More empty liquor bottles. People around here like to drink, I guess. Another one. There's one little downside to the them repaving this stretch of Darwin. That's coming up. Since they're building the road up, they had to sink the this manhole down, and it's if you don't know what's there, it can be very startling and potentially damaging to your automobile's suspension. These people always have a lot of very rambunctious pit bulls. He could get over that fence if he wanted to, I guess. Friendly, fierce, dangerous, I don't know. Not a pet owner, not a dog owner. So I'm not going to express an opinion on pit bull topic. And here we are at Wildwood. And let's go ahead and take it up to the corner of Palmer. I'm glad to be going a different direction now because it means that I won't have the sun in my eyes and potentially creating a glare for the video. But yeah, this is a little bit of good weather. It was very welcome because we'll put out more liquor bottles because, well, it's always nice weather is always welcome, but it means I can get on my bike and ride at a time of the year when quite often it's not possible. Just want to pause and restart. So I'm going to proceed. Let's get the head strap mounted properly. Palmer and Venoy. This corner has some history. There's a school, I believe, called Jackson Elementary. Was buried back there where some of the shorter trees are. And Sassafras Trails, nature trails. They used to take us there in school to study earth sciences. That was pretty cool. Now it's all fenced in. From what I heard, the Wayne Westland School District sold it to the state of Michigan, so now it's owned by the state of Michigan. And I guess that's that. You can sort of see a clearing where there used to be a driveway into the school property here. And one of these days I'm going to figure out a way of getting in there and doing a little exploring, but I don't want to break any laws or be trespassing or anything. But there must be a natural breach in the fence somewhere. What the heck? Okay, I'm pausing here. I see something behind the fence that confuses me a bit. I'm gonna take this camera off my head, see if I can get a clear shot. There is a shopping cart down here. So tell me, you got fence this high around the whole Sassafras Trails area. How the hell did this shopping cart get in there? I'm assuming, I guess somebody pushed it this far along the street and lifted it up high enough to put it over the fence. I mean, that's an incredible amount of effort for like a dubious accomplishment. Woohoo! You got a shopping cart over the fence in the Sassafras Trails. You're a effing superstar, whoever you are. So I don't know. Let's head up towards Avondale. Yeah, we've got some snow in the forecast coming up. I mean, it is, we're approaching January, so it would be no oddity to have snow. There's more liquor bottles. There is a fallen tree. I mean, it's a nature preserve, so when something dies in there and it gets feeble, it falls over. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm assuming there must be a breach in the fence somewhere along these back fence lines where of the residences, or on the other side off of the streets, little streets off of Schumann. There's interesting little newer neighborhood up Hazelwood, and in there, and those all border, all the backyards, you know, border fence into the Sassafras Trails property. Imagine if you lived in one of those places, you could hop the fence and without attracting much attention. I've heard that there are morel, I shouldn't be giving this secret away, that there are morel mushrooms in there at a certain time of the year, which are very desirable delicacies. Apparently, I've never had them. And they look interesting. Oh, broken glass. Man, I ride through so much broken glass, I'm surprised I don't get more flats. Coming up to Fairchild. And First Baptist Church. I'm assuming there are many different kinds of Baptist churches. I'm assuming that they're, you know, rather fundamentalist kind of church, which I say not as a criticism, but just as a note. And I assume that they're more conservative fundamentalist because of the sign they have up in here on the corner, which is kind of one of the more features, one of the more like strict sort of scriptures that one would want to share with the public. He that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already. You're going to hell! So believe, I guess. There's a message there. That's a little bit more of a positive message. Ask for the old paths where is the good way. Walk therein. Jeremiah 6:16. So there's more woods over here. I don't think that they're attached to the Sassafras Trails area. They could be, but I'm not quite sure. I have a feeling that there's probably fences blocking them off. A lot of deer, though, wander from here across the road into the neighborhoods. The most I've seen at once was like a grouping of about 7 or 8 of them crossing the road at the same time. That was interesting. You know, I'm going to pause the video and resume when I find something interesting to shoot again. Okay, we're here at Wildwood and Glenwood, although this is technically 4th on this side and Wildwood on the other side. So go ahead and I'm going to let these people pass, and I'm going to capture the the other bit of Grand Traverse here that I missed by going up Darwin earlier in the video. Should I do a drive-by video of the school in the process? Wayne Memorial High School, which is actually not the original high school for the area. My mother went to the original one up on Michigan Avenue for her first year, and then was transferred here when it was built. So I mean, there's a fair amount of history here. Mr. Markham's room was right over here for a German class. Humanities course up on the 3rd floor, on the annex where I spent a lot of time with the art shop classes and that stuff. With a Norman O. Stockmeyer building there, little free library. The new main entrance, where for security's sake you get scanned to come in. They gotta scan you at the door. I don't know, with all the news of school shootings and whatnot, I'm starting to think that they should probably have metal detectors at the doors to come in, which is a sad state of affairs, but if it will protect our educational process and the students, then I think it's a fair sacrifice to make, rather than the sacrifice of human lives. So here's the Norman O. Stockmeyer Performing Arts Center. Where all of the band and choral and those kind of drama performances take place. So I was involved with band to some extent, but not the drama or choral. I was in All City Choir and church choirs, but not in school choirs after All City with Mr. Toms, Jeff Toms' father. I caught up with Jeff Toms in recent years, and I was still confused as to whether there was a relation there. And I'm like, your dad was Mr. Toms, right, of All City Choir? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, well, that makes sense. It's not that common of a name, Toms. But there's a second to Toms who lives over here who grew up in Norwayne, which is a completely separate Toms family. He's heavily tattooed, and he's got work by world-renowned tattoo artists, and he's quite a character. Interesting guy. I interviewed him briefly a couple summers ago when I was riding through shooting videos regarding the creek, which I call McPhee Creek because it was sunk and turned into McPhee Drain. Traffic is already a little crazy. It's been nutty throughout the entire holiday season. They've renovated this place. It has yet to open, I think. Market Fresh Deli, and they have a truck too. Cool. So maybe the truck's open, but I don't think I've seen the actual location open. Been working on this for a long time. The old laundry. It sunk a lot of work and money into it. So we're on Grand Traverse. Sorry, the video quality is not going to be great. The GoPros are notorious for not taking great dusk and low light videos. But we're approaching Decatur Court, where a bunch of my family has a lot of history. Grandma and Grandpa Ruby and Johnny Johnson occupied this house on the corner of Decatur for many years. And Grandma Mamie, Grandpa Riley, Aunt Bonnie, my dad, many other people were in the house next door. And yes, we're talking about this house. So let's drive up Decatur here and have a look. A lot of memories in this house. Hope they're taking nice care of it. And yeah, I think Grandma Mamie Dad, Aunt Bonnie, and other family members lived here. The Jacksons lived somewhere over in one of these houses. I don't remember which. The Ramsburgs were in this house, I think. Yeah. Very nice elderly couple whose grass I cut for them for a few summers. And this road used to go through, from what I gather, although Wildwood itself did not go through from Palmer down to 4th until at a certain point in history. So not sure what order that happened in. I will mention that there was a meth lab that was busted in the garage back here, this place, which seems to be currently vacant, I think. But yeah, that upset me. Somebody decided to make a meth lab on the street where my family has so much history. There's some kind of a deflated Santa on the lawn here. And I guess let's continue up Grand Traverse Caspian Court, where my stepdad Lonnie and my uncle Dick and Uncle Richard and grandparents on that side of the family, the Landers, occupied this area, this house. So I'm thinking it would have been not this house, but this one, 34109, I think, was the house where Grandma and Grandpa Landers were, although there's no garage there, and I think they had a garage, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it wasn't this house, but the next one. It must have been this, because I recall them having a garage. 34107, it looks like. Well, yeah, it's interesting. Lonnie grew up here. My dad grew up across the street on Decatur, and my mom, who grew up in Wayne, across from on Stellwagen, across from where Hoover School would be built, ended up marrying my dad, who's the offspring of the Johnsons over here, and then after the divorce remarried Lonnie, who grew up right across the street. So I don't know, I guess it's a small world. So here's where I turned off before, up Darwin. And I'm thinking of probably ending my ride because it's New Year's Eve and people are going to be nuts and probably starting to drink and things, and it may not be the best idea to be on the road. In fact, I'm going to get on the sidewalk. So this new GoPro is a newer model. It's got enhanced stabilization, so it should be smoother shots. It's got slightly better night capacities, but to shoot in low light situations, you're supposed to, it doesn't just happen automatically. You gotta go into the settings and change them, which I didn't do. So now that we're in low light settings, it's probably not the greatest video. Drainage issues, as you can see. More garbage. This end of Grand Traverse isn't quite as littered as the other end for some reason. There was always this comment among our family that at least aunts and uncles, that you know, if Norwayne was white trash, then the real trash are from the other side of Venoy over there, Grand Traverse and Dorsey, east of Venoy. And just from some observations, the conditions on the other side over there, for the most part, do seem a little bit more dire and blighted and impoverished. And I don't say that to make any judgments, that's just the way it is. So yeah, I mean, just purely judging from the fact that there's no broken glass on the stretch of sidewalk, that says something. I don't know what it says. It's the liquor store is in the opposite direction. Maybe that's what it says. The liquor store is up there in Venoy, so naturally people who are desperate for buzz are going to be swilling their booze and dumping the bottle down there on their way back to wherever they live in Norwayne. So okay, some more trash right at the end of my street.